Welcome to the channel. My name's Simon, together with my wife Kathy and our two dogs, Wally and Coco. We continuously cruise the canals and rivers of the UK. We live full-time aboard our 57-foot narrowboat, and today we'll finish off the section of New Junction Canal to Sykehouse. Here we are coming up to Kirkhouse Green lift bridge. Kathy's now going to operate the bridge, and once we go through here we'll probably stop for lunch. Pressing the buttons, siren sounding, booms going down. Normal bridge operation on this canal. We're just hanging off the landing, hovering a little bit. Then as soon as she lifts the bridge high enough, we'll enter and go through. And you can see it lifting, all on hydraulic rams. Slowly but surely. Counterweight on the right hand side coming down, bridge going up. Here we go. We try not to dawdle too long at bridges. People in cars do start getting a bit agitated, although mainly when they're on the way to work or coming home in the evenings. During the day like this, not normally an issue on these quieter roads. Hydraulic rams under there. Hopefully with some non-return valves on there if something fails. I think that bridge, if it came down, it would squash it pretty significantly. This is a very long bridge landing, and sometimes in winter we do more right down the end next to the trees. Very peaceful. Don't disturb the people living in the house. Although the last couple of times we've been here, it's been empty. This is an old pub. So we're just going to ease in here. Tie up, probably centre line only, and have a bite to eat and drink. And the nice part about moving around in your house, stop anywhere you like and have a free lunch. Just after this, two boats came through the bridge behind us, and you'll see there's one off the left in front of us moving, and there's a cruiser behind us. On the right hand side we're coming past some old working boats, which would have been, one at least would have been a sailboat, because it has drop down keels on the sides. It's only a very isolated house in the middle of nowhere. Towpaths on the left hand side, so no disturbance from that. But I say these are big stationary boats. I've been here for a long time and seen them move. I just assume people use them as accommodation. You see there on the side, big side keels. When you're under sail you don't drift too much. This one hasn't got any on it. Maybe they've been taken off, or maybe this was always a power Dutch barge. Now we continue down the long straight to Sykehouse Lock, and there's a swing bridge right in the middle of the lock which feeds across to a farm. Makes it a little bit of a longer operation to deal with the lock than would normally be, because it is an electric lock. So been having to move the manual swing bridge Just adds a little bit more to the whole picture. Here I've speeded this up a bit. This is not normal speed, just so you can continue watching the canal but don't fall asleep. It's dead straight, not a kink in it. Wally got agitated by something. Possibly his sister came out to have a look. Now he's back nicely in the shade while we travel. Solar panel sucking in the sun, although not really doing much, just helping out the alternator. Here we go through the narrow section. On the right hand side here is a nice morning spot, as long as it's not too muddy. Very quiet, short grass, not too much hassle for the dog. Now we're starting to have a look to see if we can see if the lock's manned. Quite often there's a volunteer on this lock. We're just hanging around at the moment, because even if it's not manned, the boat in front of us has to have time to pull onto the lock landing, get a crew member off to go and start opening the bridge, opening the lock, getting all ready. And then we can slot in. Crews are still travelling behind us. So we're watching the traffic light system to see if we get any colour indication, or we're just watching to see if we see anybody moving around on there. Very hard to tell from this distance. I do have a binocular which I'm using now to have a look and see what's happening, and I can see somebody on the lock. And there is a vehicle in the car park, so maybe we're in luck. Narrowboat in front of us is pulling into the lock landing. So he's also not sure if the lock's going to be operated. I'll just keep on slowly chugging along here, turn the camera a little bit. Okay, so the lock was manned. Now just hanging, waiting to see what happens. When we go in, Kathy will get off the boat and she'll walk down to the next bridge. It's not very far, it just helps with coming in and out to all the landings. You'll see the traffic light on the right hand side is now red. I probably won't film once we're in the lock, just for privacy for the boats around us. And we just hover, wait to see what happens. Even though the lock is being operated from the control tower, because the swing bridge in the middle is manual, the bloke has to keep running up and down the stairs to operate the lock and the bridge. There we go, lock gates are opening, boat in front of us is going in. This lock is big enough for us to either stay behind him and the cruiser still come in behind, or we'll probably slide up the side depending on which side he's going to go in. traffic lights turn green, shows it's all good to go. Looks like he's going on to the left hand side, so we'll just slide through next to him. After the lock, we're now heading down to the next bridge, to the swing bridge. There are actually only 2 more bridges to go before we finish for the night. Kathy's already walking down to this bridge. Starting to operate. There it goes, it's opening. Bloke in front of us will go through, we'll come through, and then the cruiser behind, and then Kathy will close it. The next bridge, which is Sykehouse lift bridge, is a lift bridge, and the boat in front of us will operate that one. Normally when you've got a sequence of bridges or locks, tend to leapfrog each other, so you'll take it in turns to operate them, unless maybe one of the boats is a single-hander, like the cruiser is that's behind us. Signal from the wifey saying all is good and well. I did pass a comment that got me the international signal of disdain from her in the form of a waving finger. Now I'll just dawdle so get an idea of what speed we're doing as the cyclist on the right hand side on the tow path vanishes into the distance. You can tell the canal continues dead straight. This canal is new enough to have been dug by big steam shovels, big diggers, operated with steam. And we continue to hang around. Not sure why the boat in front of us is going so slowly, maybe assuming the wife's going to gallop down the tow path, but no, not happening. Again, we're in no rush, nearly at the end of the trip for the day. Sky stays blue, sun stays warm. Lovely day for cruising. Now you can see the boat in front of us is easing off to the left. That's the position for the bridge landing. So the lady can jump off and go and operate the bridge. Start to accelerate now, so as the bridge is lifting I'm coming under it. Not always easy to get the timing right, but once again, don't want to hang around too long. On the other hand, you don't want to have to hammer it into reverse because you suddenly realise you've got to the bridge and it's not open high enough. You can see from the wake and the trees passing, sped up. Bridge is going up now. Have to be a little bit careful when you go past the boat that's on the landing, that you don't bang it around or anything, because you're going at a bit faster speed. But he's got the rope, so all is good. She should stop lifting it now, it's high enough. I have signaled to her that it's all good. Give him a wave. Thanks very much. The bridge is left hanging. Now I can ease off on the speed a little bit. Say thanks to the lady. And then we'll pull into the left, because there are 24-hour visitor moorings here down the end, so you're out of the way of the bridge landing. So we'll just pull through into here. And this is where the trip finishes. Okay, so that's the end of the trip from Thorne to Sykehouse. Nothing very exciting on this last day. So we're going to stop off here now until we go down to Gould to refill with diesel. We won't show any more of this canal or the Air and Calder because we've already done it. We'll pick up the next video wherever we hit virgin water, so to speak. There's a nice quiet spot to moor up. We'll stay here a couple of days, keep an eye on the weather. I see there's some winds coming through, so we'll manoeuvre around there. But thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Please click the like button if you enjoyed it, and also comments would be great. Thanks again. Goodbye.